Et salut les amis, je suis super content de vous retrouver aujourd'hui pour une nouvelle vidéo avec un invité incroyable. Les amis, je n'y croyais pas, je lui ai envoyé un message sur Instagram. C'est un truc improbable, je suis avec Jose Caceres, l'unique homme à avoir vaincu Kamaru Usman. Jose, thank you for your time, man. I really appreciate that, brother. Donc les gars, on va faire l'interview en anglais, je vais mettre la traduction en dessous, comme ça vous pourrez comprendre. Donc on va parler en anglais, vous allez voir un peu mes skills. Donc ça va être rigolo. Jose, what's up, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Man, it's just such a pleasure to be here. Let's share this moment with you. Like, I'm here with the freaking killer, man. You're a killer in the cage, bro. That's really something. Man, talk to me a bit, like, you know, Kamaru just fought, like, Jose Masvidal for the UFC 261, I think. It was a crazy fight and everything. You probably saw it, like the crazy knockouts. How is it like for you to like witness that as the person, the only person on this planet who can say, I beat Kamaru Usman, man? What is it like for you?
Honestly, this feels like a nightmare, bro.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, let me just think. Now that you're telling me it like this, bro, like, you know, it makes a lot of sense, and I've been feeling it. It's like, you know, it's like I've been having dreams of me being a champion and all this stuff, and it just feels like I just got robbed of all those dreams, and it feels like maybe it wasn't his fault or anything, but it's just like he's living what I wish I could be living right now.
Okay.
You know, but it's also surreal. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I'm witnessing all this stuff. It's kind of like how my brother said to me the other day. He's like, dude, you're just lucky because you choked out a famous neck. So I was just thinking, like, you know, damn, that's basically what I am right now. Just somebody that choked out.
Man,
somebody that just,
I can tell you from our discussion that you're so much more than that, because you're a crazy great human being, man. It's just so fun to discuss with you, and you're definitely not only that, and but you are only that. And how do you think you can explain like where you're at right now from Kamaru, where he is? What do you think happened, like coming from this fight, from this win? What happened? The two different ways that you both
It's crazy, man. Like, what you're saying right now is that, like, you want me to tell you, like, yo, what, from my point of view, Kamaru, yeah. I fought him. Masvidal, I trained with him for years, bro. So it's like I'm seeing two people I know. You know, I even saw Colby Covington there in the stands. I'm seeing three people I know, just like, you know, living at the highest level in the UFC, rock stars, basically. You know, doing their thing. Win, lose, or draw, doesn't matter, bro. That shit takes, like, you know, tremendous amount of effort and skills and athleticism to be in that level. You know what I mean? I can tell you because I train with my brother every day. You know, and I see he's, you know, he's at that level as well, where he's just, you know, dedicated to that every day. You
That's
know,
a
so
fucking commitment, man.
And like, and why do they make it and why do they not? I have no idea, bro. Like George St. Pierre said it, like in an interview where he talked about how the gym is like the saddest place and the happiest place to be. It's like the best place to be and the saddest place to be, because like he's in there and he don't even know how he's up there. You know what I mean? He's just there training like everybody else, and he's just these people kind of like, you know, wanting to follow him, like, yo, and asking him for advice, like, yo, how did you get to the top level? And he's like, dude,
I
think
know.
you need to like get a day job, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
no, really, man. It's like,
yeah,
but
it's like there's people there that are just basically expecting like you to give them an answer, and like I feel like, and I've seen it with my brother. You know what I mean? Like with my brother, everybody's like, yo, how do you get there, bro? You gotta put me down and put me in the UFC. And it's like my brother doesn't even know how he got in there. Like if I were to tell you the story that how my brother got into UFC, like it's surreal. Like nobody knows how that shit works.
It's just
There's
like
no fucking formula, you know?
It's like the planets are aligning, and then like
could be planets, but it just could be a formula. It could be an agenda. It could be like whatever. I have no idea, but it's just like, you know, Masvidal gets in there after 36 fights, and look, he's at the highest level fighting.
Yeah, damn,
he
yeah.
He fought Kamaru twice, you know?
Yeah.
It was awesome
Two
to see it,
title
you know
shots.
I mean? To me, it's like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, it could have gone either way. We would have had our first Miami champion. It would have been George Masvidal. I'd have been like, yo, bro, I know that dude. You know what I mean? I got pictures with him, you know, like, shit, I bled and he cornered me. You know what I mean? Like I had an awesome history with this dude. You know what I mean?
And did
yeah,
you like call him or something, like to give him ideas about how to beat Masvidal? Maybe they reached out to you, or did someone ever reached out to you like, bro, how did you do that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, dude. Like, come on, dude. Like, other fighters, coaches, and camps, they always reach out to me with the same question: how did I beat Kamaru? You
And
know
what
I
is
mean?
your
Like,
answer?
it was I believe Warley Alves was one of his camp members, was like, you know, messaging me. It's one of them that I do remember. And many people, everybody's always asking me, and I'm like, I don't know how I beat him, dude. Like, I just went, like, if I were to tell you like the process on what I did, people would just be like, then anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, like George St. Pierre says, that like the best is an illusion.
Mm.
There's no like such thing as like the best, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like when they were telling me coming up to the fight of Kamaru, they were like, this guy's like the best. I'm like, but he's 1-0. You know what I mean? Like, how can he be the best? You know what I mean? But then when I'm looking at his highlights, and I happened to run into some of his amateur highlights, I was like,
oh yeah,
Kamaru like knocks everybody out, you know, within the first or second round.
dang.
I think. Like,
Were you like
I think
scared?
I saw, like,
like
3 amateur fights and 1 pro fight, huh?
Were you like scared, like to see that type, like
Yeah,
watching
bro,
this
I
type
felt like
of highlights?
I lost 3 fights in a row. And I was like, I felt like I keep seeing the word like a lot. Please excuse me, but I'm not like.
Don't worry, bro.
I don't
all
know,
good,
bro.
all
It's
good.
just, it's used the way my brain works somehow. I'm a little bit fried, I believe.
Man, be cool, relax.
chill. I'm just like, it's like I'm thinking very fast too. So, like, when I fought him, I was just thinking that this guy knocks everybody out. I lost 3 fights in a row. This guy was defeating me to the wolves. You know, that kind of attitude I was going in there. Then I, you know, weighed in, did my whole, like the whole weigh-in, the conference, the weigh-in, all that stuff. I got to meet the dude. Then, you know, I saw my college wrestling coach at the conference. That was kind of like a mental shift for me. Like, for me, it was to see him was to like, I want to like prove something to him, because it was something like I never got to do through my college wrestling season, because I never won like one match in the
you had a
national
point to
tournament.
prove to him, like to him specifically or to people in general?
Like to him and to people in general. There was a lot of people that was just like doubting me a little bit, but it was kind of like they have their right to, because I lost 3 fights in a row. I wasn't being focused. There was a lot of things that I wasn't, you know, open to yet, because there was things that I had to get out of my way, you know.
What type of things?
Like I had my baby on the way. I had injuries, and that I would probably complain about. Just probably like maybe daddy issues. I don't know. I had like just normal growing up.
Yeah. Life, you know, problems, like daily life problem, yeah.
Just work, money, those things would just, you know, would be like minor distractions. If I would have just, you know, kept it focused, had more humility and awareness of how to handle that, I'd probably be in a different spot. But that's not everybody has like great mentorship, you know. I come into that fight and I see like Kamaru's corner, and I see like Rashad Evans, and I see George
really,
Santiago.
Man? In the corner of Kamaru?
Huh?
In Kamaru's corner, there were Rashad Evans.
Yeah, I got that. Like, it was like that was another thing about, like, I saw him and I got excited. I was like, wow, I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's the real deal, man.
Yeah, like I'm seeing like UFC stars, bro. Like, dude, this guy's like the real deal. You know what I mean? And he looked serious. You know, like, hey,
I mean, he was buffed. At the time, I saw the video, man. He was fucking buffed.
Huh?
He was freaking buffed, like really, like muscular and everything.
The guy had like muscles on his face.
Yeah, that's it, man.
But he didn't have any cauliflower ears, so that left me a little bit like, I was like,
maybe there's something to do right there.
That gave me a little bit of like a confidence boost. So like after like, you know, that whole little stare down, I kept looking at his ears, and I'm just like, you know, like, it's not that you don't have cauliflower, because like my brother doesn't have cauliflower ear and he's tough as shit, but that just kind of means that like means something to me. It just means that like, what are you willing to go for? You know, like a percentage pops into my head where like I get to read it. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I feel it. Like, I'm not trying to say like, but like I know how I earned this. You know what I mean? Like, I know what I had to do. Maybe not this year, not so much, but this one, I know what I had to go through. And like, look, and I'm still here. You know, and I won some really good matches, bro, in my time. Really good matches. So, you know, going up to the fight, I warmed up. I did a lot of things. You know, people were probably like a little bit skeptical. I'm like, oh, Jose's training was probably a little off. I don't know if Jose was doing what he's supposed to be doing. I don't know, but I know for sure I was training a lot of jiu-jitsu. I was also teaching a class during the time.
So for people who might don't know you, like, what's your specialty? Like, what is your martial background? You started with wrestling or with jiu-jitsu, or you seem to be a very jiu-jitsu oriented person?
Yeah, man. Like, not that I'm a jiu-jitsu oriented person, but I like to use my jiu-jitsu to finish fights. My first martial art is wrestling,
Okay.
and then I got into jiu-jitsu in 10th grade because I met a student that is also my coach.
Okay.
That basically, there's a funny story to that because he wanted to join the wrestling team, and I challenged him. I challenged him into like a match, and I didn't even know he had a gym, so he invited me to his gym, and that's where he basically, beat the shit out of me. And tapped me out like I've never been tapped out before. And I was like, then I come to find out that it's Rico Coco, and Rico Coco's a phenom in jiu-jitsu at 16.
Wow.
And I got into jiu-jitsu, so I was very fortunate that I was able to do that because their coaches were also alumni of our wrestling team, Killian High School. So we had access to some information pretty early on, and that kind of like got in my way during my wrestling career because I was like, man, if wrestling's only to the pin and jiu-jitsu there's to the finish, jiu-jitsu is a lot more superior than wrestling to me because, like, at the end of the day, when it's I can finish you even if you put me on your back, me on my back.
Yeah.
So I love fighting, that's for sure. Like I've always been like a brawler. Like I've always been somebody that would just try to throw these hands, you know what I mean, and learning how to box and stuff and how to kickbox. But it was just I needed to click with somebody, I believe, until I did, and then I was able to get over the fear of getting hit in the face.
That's the most basic fear of everyone.
I got but with gloves on, like repeatedly, because I had to get over like some information that was given to me early on that people get brain damage from fighting, which is I had to come to terms with that is a possibility. So I got to train, how to not get hit to hit back in places where he can't hit me back.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's an art.
That's the science of boxing. That's the art of boxing.
Yeah. So I enjoy it. And
so coming to the Kamaru fight.
Huh?
And so coming to the Kamaru fight with all that in mind, jiu-jitsu on points.
Yeah, I mean, like I mean, jiu-jitsu on point. You know what I mean? Like I felt like my striking was on point, especially on that time too, because I felt like I'm longer than him. I'm going to utilize,
the reach,
what's effective, like my jab, my reach, and I'm not too clear how the fight started, but I know there was like maybe a slight exchange, but I don't even think we even touched each other because I think I kicked him, and then he went for a takedown, and that's when he took me down for the takedown, I felt so comfortable down there. Like, yeah. I mean, like I'm on the bottom, and you're gonna try to punch me, but I mean, like unless you hit he didn't clip me or anything, so I was basically very coherent. It wasn't like I got clipped and then he took me down. It was more like I kicked him and then he took me down. So I'm very coherent. So while he's like, I guess still reacting to the kick, trying to override the kick pain and him trying to get on past my guard and go into my mount, I set up an escape.
And then
an escape that like a lot of people tried in UFC, and I got inspired because I would see people in mixed martial arts fighting try the this backdoor escape using the legs, wrapping around their body.
Okay.
And then maybe as you're escaping, you can turn that into a leg lock or into or inverted triangle. There's a lot of like scenarios that can happen from there, but like what people get stuck at is like when they wrap their legs around their body. It's like I feel like they don't have like the core connection or understanding how to like extend them off and use it as an escape. Some people just like lock on, and I don't know. I make it work, and I just make it work, and I made it work for me to the point where like I took his back, and dude was super strong. Hey,
yeah.
When I said Kamaru was strong,
yeah, you felt the power, like.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, man! Come on, look, I had the body triangle around his body, squeezing the fuck out of his ribs. I was like, yeah, man, I got this guy. And it felt like how, like when I caught my brother before, or I caught like Masvidal, and I catch a lot of people in this like body triangle. And like, but he had like the first thing right. He had my arm around his head on the outside right here. And that kind of like stalled me a little bit because I'm holding a body triangle, which is gassing me out, but I know I'm gassing him out in his torso. You know, so there's like, you know, but I'm gassing out because of the pressure I'm applying just to hold on. And while I have like an inside wrist control and I have his hand on the outside, I'm there trying to swing my arm around his head.
And I saw that, like, fucking anaconda, man. You were like,
yeah,
trying, like, wrapping around him, like squeezing, like, and it was.
But like I'm pushing my chest into his upper back, which gave me like just that space, just to slide over his bald head, like, bloop, and I was like, got him.
Got him, man.
And I was like, ugh.
And
I was like squeezing with my life.
What went through your mind at that moment? Like when you went like this and you felt this moment where like I got him. What went through your mind?
Like he's either gonna sleep or he's gonna tap. And you know, there was plenty enough time for me to like, you know, keep squeezing and attack. Like what's going through my mind right there? Keep that foot behind his knee. Like I had the body triangle with my leg wrapped around his knee that kind of slipped out to the front. And because he kept thinking about that, and as he thought about that, my hands got deeper and deeper around underneath his chin.
Yeah.
And just kept cranking and cranking. And yeah, it was when I let go of that crank, I don't think they showed that video, but in the video or like in live, like when I let go of the legs, I touched the floor and my legs felt like jello. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I couldn't even stand. I was like, fuck. Like, dude, if it would have went another round, I would have got fucked up.
So much energy spent on that, yeah. Man.
So, Kamaru, that's the truth, bro. Like, you would have fucked me up.
No, man. But
at the
end of the day, like, it didn't happen this way, and you won this incredible fight, and like really, it's beautiful to see. You know, I'm not an expert on anything, but it's like when you see that, I'm telling you, it was like seeing an anaconda or something like this, you know, and it was really beautiful mixed martial arts.
You're like you're like the fourth or fifth person that told me that kept saying that, like, man, it's like Jose, when I finished Rami Hamed in the 5th round, I got him in a rear naked choke, and it was like an anaconda in National Geographic was eating his prey.
Yeah, man, that's it.
Like, dude,
for real, man.
Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't know if I should take that as a compliment, you know? I mean, I was like, what does it mean?
It is, bro. It is. And so then the fight is over. So basically, you can't you won as the underdog because everyone expected Kamaru to win. And from
I did. I felt like I won as an underdog, especially in front of my wrestling coach and in front of Rashad Evans. And it feels like this is like the second I keep doing this, and I think this is my fault too. Like this is where like I make mistakes. You know, when I see somebody famous like that I look up to, I want to show off to them. You know, I did it in front of Matt Hughes in a wrestling match, and I did it in front of Rashad Evans during Kamaru. You know, like
does that make you better?
I feel like that's like the wrong energy to have when you're like trying to like do like make a dream happen. You know, I was being a little bit cocky, honestly.
Okay.
To myself, you know what I mean? And in front of it for what? Like, who are they? You know what I mean? Like, I'm myself, and like.
And did you realize that like recently or?
Recently,
okay.
Recently, and I'm like, why do I do that? I thought it was okay to do that. I thought that's what you're supposed to do in order to like put your name out there or get attention. But it's like, it seems like the more I do that, like the more I push them away. I push the dream away.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I did. I mean, because my wrestling coach told me a very good, Dave Marigatani told me something very cool. You know what I mean? Like it was harsh, but it was like kind of cool because I was like, not many people will just come up to you and tell you that shit. You know, like I'm there. So when I finished beating Kamaru, I go in the back room and I'm screaming like, fuck yeah, I'm the shit. You know, I'm taking pictures with Frank Mir, gang members, like Level. I'm like, you know, people like, you know, loving me and shit. And I'm there like, you know, gloating and boasting. And then my coach like said, hey, like he came over there with authority, like shut the fuck up, like some shit like that. He was like, you know, stop fucking cheering. Your opponent's in the next room. You got to respect him. You know what I mean? He could hear you like that. And I was like, damn, bro, you know, they didn't
that's
think
deep,
about
man.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, deep. As Warrior.
Yeah,
man,
that's it.
Like he's never stopped. Like that's why he's always gonna be coached to me. You know, him and his dad. You know, like they're always.
Yeah, that's like the old school like coach in the movies, like the cool coach. You know, the one who knows when to be like strict and to be like to refocus the athlete. I think this is greatest coaches.
Congratulating me. Yeah, he was like, yo, Jose, congrats.
Yeah.
Dude. You know?
But at the same
and, like,
time,
he gave me his T-shirt right off his back. Like he knew I want. He was just like he took off his shirt and was just like, here, Jose, this shirt that I always wanted it because like it had like these Japanese letters, and the same ones I got like right here on my tattoo.
What does it mean?
This?
Yeah.
It's their motto. It's the wrestling team's motto of Merrimack College in St. Louis, Missouri. It's a Japanese motto says "Gambaru."
Okay.
Gambaru, and that phrase means never ever give up.
That's a good mantra to go in the cage, man. Because
Yeah,
I saw, because
never
actually,
give up.
you know what? I saw recently Kamaru talking about the fight that you had, and he said
Yeah.
something like, "This is the first time I gave up. I gave up in my mind, and I want to never feel that again. And that's why now my mind is so locked in, and it feels like when he's fighting, he doesn't have like this. You know, it feels like it, even when he got clipped by Gilbert Burns, he felt like it was okay, like it was gonna come back. And he said like during your fight, that was the real time in his career, like he gave up, and if mentally, and he said that it made him evolve. Like the fight he had with you kind of made him like the fighter he is today.
Yeah, man. Because for real, guys like him and Colby, to leave their home, to come to our state over here in South Florida, and to take a risk and like train their ass off with all these complete strangers out here in the hurt business. It takes a lot of fucking balls, bro. And then like it's like either you all in or you all out. You know what I mean? You basically sailed over here.
Yeah.
You sailed over here and you gotta burn the boat, and you gotta fight for your life to establish a living here, because you can't go back until you whoop everybody's ass.
Man, that's it, man. And talking about like making a living, like, so where are you at in your career now? What are you doing? Can you live like with MMA? Like, what is the situation for you like?
Oh man, life now is pretty good, but it's not like where I wish I could be, because
still have the
I
dream.
would like to, because I have a dream. I have a dream that I could be where Kamaru is right now, in that exact same spot. It's one of my goals, to be a reigning welterweight champion.
Man, that's respectable. And what's the pathway towards the dream for you right now?
That's like, for me, that's not for me to know. Like I can't tell you like how I'm gonna get there or what am I gonna do to get there. I don't know. Right now, what I'm doing in life right now is basically training once a day, different disciplines, within this whole week. And then I work part-time as a pest control tech. I'm a father to my daughter, husband to my wife. I don't know what else I can do. You know what I mean? I feel like there's people in the business that basically reflect what I do, and they're just in it because they had the opportunity given to them. I feel like my time is coming one day. It just might not come in the way that I wanted it or how I expected it. So I'm not expecting. I want to be at peace, through this journey. I'm not trying to like drive myself crazy.
Definitely, man.
I don't know what else to do. I did everything. That I think I do enough. Like there's not more that I can do, because everything else would be like either I'm overextending, and if I do less, I'm slacking. So I just feel like I just do just enough to get by.
Man, it's all about balance at the end of the day, I think. But
yeah,
from my perspective, because I don't know like the whole ecosystem of martial arts, I was working and everything, so it's very interesting to have your opinion, your honest opinion about it. And it's very interesting that you say that, because at the end of the day, it's, as you said at the beginning of the conversation and what GSP said, like there is no one answer. Like everyone has his own way at the end of the day. That's what's also making things interesting. So that's crazy answer, man. I honestly, it's very interesting to hear.